My name is Enoch Chapman. It's Native American Appreciation Month. It's November 1st, and it's a Sunday. And because it's a Sunday, I thought I would talk about something that's really special to me, and that's Native American Charities. I want to talk about Native American Charities, not just because it's a Sunday, and Sunday is a day of pensiveness and thoughtful nature about people, but because there's a lot of Native American charities out there that have been getting scrutinized lately and have been been given a bad rap. And I think it's really important for those who want to give and help support the First Nations people to find those charities that are meaningful and are something of value. Now, back in 2013, there was a man named Brian Brown who stole $4 million from an organization called the NRC. But Brian Brown was a bad man. He actually set up another organization called One Relief, and he had One Relief being funded by the NRC for $4 million. He told everyone that One Relief was going to give out all the scholarship and all sort of stuff, and what Brian Brown did is he ended up taking all the money and moving away and just stealing it. And he was indicted on the 22nd of October in 2013, and he stood trial on December 17th of 2013. Got convicted and is now serving a sentence for stealing money that was dog-eared for the Native Americans. I want you to understand that one man doesn't make a bad organization, and what Brian Brown did was reprehensible, and he's now convicted and he's serving his time for it. But the NRC is a really great organization. It does a lot of things to help out a lot of different Native Americans. It stands for the National Relief Council, and they no longer exist as the NRC. Because of everything that happened with Brian Brown, they actually changed their name to the Partnership with Native Americans. And you can see both organizations at their website, nrcprograms.org. From nrcprograms.org, you can find out all about the National Relief Charities as well as the Partnership with Native Americans. Once again, they're the same organization, just a different name. And what they do is they help out a number of different tribes. I believe there's like 22 tribes that are actually underneath their purview, and there's about 15 to 16 different charity organizations that they work with. So when you donate to the Partnership with Native Americans, you actually are donating to a number of these different organizations. And these organizations span a list of organizations like the Southwest Indian Relief Council, which focuses on those tribes down in the Southwest Territories, trying to make sure that they are up to date with their housing codes, making sure that they have stoves in their houses. It's amazing to think about how many of the homes in the Native American reservations don't have stoves so that they can heat themselves up for the winter. How many elders are very at risk for malnutrition and freezing because of the lack of conditions of their housing. And so the IRCs, the Indian Relief Councils, and there's a number of them. There's the Southwest Indian Relief Council, and there's the South Dakota Indian Relief Council, and there's about 4 or 5 of them out there. What they do is they focus on trying to make the standard of living better for the Native Americans. The PONA is also known for their charity work outside the Indian Relief Charities. They have their higher education charities, which they are trying to get more and more Native American children on the reservation into the collegiate type of education that is so powerful and so meaningful nowadays. We have the K-12 education, which is amazing to think about how many of our children actually on the reservations aren't getting the standard K-12 education that so many of us take for granted. There's the Food and Water coalitions that they have to make sure that they are getting clean water and good food for the communities in their different types of reservations, as well as emergency services and animal welfare. There's a whole arm of the charity that's designed to help keep track of the animals who are on the reservations, which is very powerful and meaningful to those people who believe in the ecological whole and nature that we live in and exist in. The Partnership with Native Americans is an amazing organization, and I highly recommend, if you have any type of charitable ounce in your heart that you want to give something during this time of the holiday season, be it Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever's coming up, to maybe think about the PONA as a possible idea. If you want to go to their website, their actual website is nativepartnership.org. And right at the very top of the page is a thing that says donate. And you can donate, you know, $5, $10. There's nothing more important than making sure that that $5 or $10 goes to someone that's really needing it. Or if you want to donate something like, you know, up in the words of thousands or $2,000, you can do that as well. The PONA is a great organization, and I wanted to bring light to it because there have been some really bad press out there about the idea of Native American charities. The majority of Native American charities that you see are actually charities that are run by primarily white individuals, and they may not have all their monies going to the proper channels to make sure that Native Americans are being helped out as much as possible. However, the PONA, the Partnership with Native Americans, formerly the NRC, is a great organization that dedicates a lot of their time and almost all their resources to helping out the lives of Native Americans. And I just want to spotlight that today for you. So if you're interested at all, I'll try to keep these things going on for the rest of the month. As always, I'm Enoch Chapman, and go out there and hug yourself a Native American, and I'll see you tomorrow.